Whoa! Hi, hi, folks. Jeez, what are you doing there? Hang on, I'll be with you shortly there. Hang on. Hello, folks. Whew, that was good. Okay, today we're gonna talk about it's a little problem I got about a year ago. I talked about the Maytag repairman. I rebuilt the support bearings on the drum on the clothes washing machine. Well, hang on. I'll give you a gander. This is the company that I got the kit from. In the kit you get, oh, they got everything but the kitchen sink in there, eh? Seals, eh? A few seals that you don't need. Washers, and this is another thing. And then they got bearings. They got bearings in here. And this is what we're going to talk about today. The different qualities in bearings. These are the bearings I installed. There's nothing wrong with them, eh? They're nice. Well, things being the way they are, washing machine was worse than it was before. Like when the drum turns like at a fast rate, it was just like a freight train in the house. That's what the problem was before when I first changed them, eh? So, hey, you do amount of work and you change things and you end up with the same thing, eh? Now this washing machine's about, I'm sure about 15 years old, something like that. But there's nothing wrong. It still looks good and everything, eh? It just, the noise it makes, eh? So I said to myself, I can repair this, do it yourselfer. Mr. knows almost everything. And okay, so I went and I bought a kit. It's got everything in it, and I install them and I use the right tools. It's a screw press, and it presses the bearings in place. Didn't abuse them in any way, and it worked. At first it was all right, and then as time went by, well, started making. So I said, I'm gonna go check this out, eh? So I checked it out on the interweb. And there's a few guys, one particular guy said, if you rebuild, you make sure you got good bearings. Okay, so this is the crunch of the story. How can you tell if you got a good bearing? Okay, now, and when I think of this, I'm thinking of my truck. Hang on. You can't see it, eh? My truck. I'm thinking of my truck, eh? Front bearings, eh? And yeah, well, about every 10 years or so. Yeah, no. The one on the right, I don't think I ever changed. The one on the left, I changed it once. But anyways, how can you tell? Before there was, well, one of the companies that comes to mind, think Timken bearings. You were made in the USA, and you bought a Timken, you got quality. I guess if you're talking about bearings for a drawer, it's not important. It doesn't turn. But as soon as you talk about a bearing that's got that you're putting some load on it, and with RPM, then you'll develop a oscillation, a vibration, a noise. So most bearings today, even Timken bearings, I was surprised at this, eh? Most of them are made in the continental China. So, okay, but there's something to be said here. Not everything that's made in China is no good. Okay? They have different qualities, but how can you tell? Okay? Well, my advice to you is after trials and tribulation, don't go out on eBay or Amazon and buy bearings because you don't know what you're going to get. But like when you're buying like these bearings, they're specific inside diameter, outside diameter, width. Well, you go to a bearing shop, okay, and you specifically ask. Well, the last one I was dealing with is she's a lady, eh? And you be polite. She measured this, eh? And then she went out and she bought a bearing. Hang on, I'll get. I can tell you exactly what kind it is. It's there. Okay, NTN. And I asked her, I says, where are these made? Because I was gonna judge the quality by where it was made. She says, no, these are made in China. But she says, look, she says, we sell a lot of bearings, that's all we do. Okay? It's a bearing shop, that's all they do. She says, by the amount of bearings that come back and the comments of people, this is a good company. So my advice to people when you're out and about trying to buy a bearing, you're best to deal with a bearing shop. Well, many things, belts, well, a lot of bearing shops are belt shops or pulley shops, and these guys sell to the public, and they sell all the time, eh? So they know which companies, like when you buy a belt for a snowblower or something, they're, what do they call those? Anyways, they're kind of a greenish or blue color. They're a better belt than the other ones. There's a name for that, but I forget right now. But anyways, we're talking about bearings today. So, it's no more name brand. You learn to rely on the shop that you know, and you rely on them because it's about the only thing left. You can't just go out on the interweb. Certain things, other things, throw away things you can buy on the interweb on Amazon, but the stuff that you're gonna, especially like bearings, like they're that turn fast, and you have to rely on them. You don't want to redo the job in 6 months. Well, you want something good, and these places will tell you which ones are better ones, which ones are not. Kevlar, you know, the belt I was talking about, there's different qualities of belts. And then if you buy a Kevlar belt, it will last you a lot longer than the normal belts, but that's not the topic, okay? So, for all you do-it-yourselfers out there, you want to get a reliable bearings, go out to a bearing shop and ask. It's not it's not the price that's going to govern the quality. It's the satisfaction of the people that buy these. Okay, and you go on Amazon, just because the bearings were $50-$60 doesn't mean it's good. You want to see that, or check. Hey, at the worst, check the comments. Okay, on Amazon, you'll see the if people are always happy and satisfied with the product, then you know you're well. That deal that's got a lot to do with a lot of things. Eh? Okay, that's it. I repaired the clothes washer another time, and now it's smooth. Time will tell, but I hope it'll last. Okay, folks, that's it for this one. And comments are welcome. And as usual, we'll see you in the next one.